Welcome, everyone, to today's live stream. Episode number 12 of our Dragon Age the Veilguard Rogue gameplay series. I'm Commander Draval, and I want to thank you for coming along on our journey today. So, nothing new on admin notes about the game, per se. So, we'll skip right into our recap. At the end of last week's episode, it was a momentous one. We had taken down our first archdemon, the one that Gillenane had blighted, and we had a large fight there at the end of that episode. We had also gotten to meet the Inquisitor, a reference back to Dragon Age Inquisition, and we had a chance to go through some of Solas's memories. Now, we are missing one of those memories, and we need to go figure out which one of those it is. But first, let's jump in because a lot of stuff needs to be taken care of at the Lighthouse. Our companions have some issues that need to be resolved. Everybody's kind of up in arms about the whole thing, and we need to have some conversations before we head out. So let's go ahead and jump in here, and we'll deal with this, because this opens up quite a few side quests that we're going to need to deal with. So if you look at our map here, you can see that there are exclamation points all over the place here. So let's go have some conversations. If we look at our journal, after the storm is the main one, and that really is going to entail Davrin and Lucanus. So let's go have all of the other conversations first before we open up these two quests. So we're going to head in here and talk to Ballara first.
Oh, hi, Rook. Can I ask you a question? Actually, never mind. Don't worry about it.
Okay, you're several lines ahead of me here. Let's start with me saying, hi, Ballara.
Right. Okay. It's just, you know, the elf thing. We're fighting our gods. Our gods. It feels a little surreal, and I know surreal.
Yeah, it's an adjustment. Whole lot of elven customs are feeling kinda weird right now.
I'm worried about our people. Or more like how other people see us. Maybe people don't trust us. Maybe they shouldn't.
I've had those same feelings, that guilt. But it hasn't been like that for centuries, and it isn't who we are now.
That feels too easy. Like we're not taking responsibility. And I don't know, I feel guilty anytime I think about it, really.
So who's that helping?
Who's what helping?
Feeling guilty.
Well, no one, I guess, but then what should I do?
It'd be easy to pretend that stories about the benevolent elven gods were true, but we know they weren't.
So what do we do to make up for them, I mean?
Be honest. About our history, but also about who we are now. We're more than our ancient past.
Is it that easy, though? Just being honest?
Honesty's hard work, but it's the right kind of work. It's important work.
Right. I get it. It's hard. All of it's hard. But I feel better. A little bit, anyways. Thanks for talking to me and listening to me.
Hey, anytime. It's what I'm here for.
Right. It's a good thing to be here for. See you later, Rook.
So some approval from Ballara. Obviously, she's having some issues coming to terms with the fact that these are elven gods, and she's obviously elven. So having to deal with that's going to be weighing on her a little bit.
Nev, that coffee in the kitchen, you made it?
Keen eye.
Did you boil it? If so, why?
I'm not picky. I got a cup and it does the job. That's all I ask.
I don't know where to go with this.
Maybe that's how it's done in Minrathous.
Oh no. Give Lucanus credit. It's terrible.
You need a stronger word for terrible.
So, what's the coffee for?
I've been looking into the threads.
The Minrathous crime syndicate.
Yeah. Smuggling, extortion, protection rackets. The threads have fingers in the lot. They stay out of slavery and they're decent about the rest, but something stirred them up. They've increased activity, changed their patterns. Docktown's in chaos. Remember Alec, the thread-selling charms? He wants to talk and he doesn't reach out for nothing.
Sounds fun.
You've got strange taste in fun.
So do you.
Bad habit.
Ready when you are. Though maybe Lucanus should make the coffee.
Probably helps your odds of survival.
Viango should taste this. Only thing worse than snake venom.
Okay, and that's going to open up the Cobbled Swan case, a side quest with Nev that we're going to be pursuing. So we're going to wait on Davrin, just like we were waiting on Lucanus. So let's go down and talk to Harding.
Hey, Harding.
Oh, Rook, hi. Is there something you need?
Thought you might want someone to talk to.
Oh, Rook. That's sweet. I'm fine. Really.
Really? Okay. Well, we're all here if you...
Never mind. I can't lie. I feel awful.
It's Solas's memory, isn't it?
They stole Titan blood to walk the world like humans. And when the Titans didn't like that, they just took their spirits. Should I be angry or sad? Why aren't I angrier? It's a lot to handle.
This might be silly, but... I'm sorry for what my gods did.
You're not them. And I'm not really the Titans. But thank you for saying that, Rook. It's strange. I don't hate Solas for this, even though a part of me thinks I should. I don't even want revenge. Revenge won't bring the Titans back. It can't erase what happened. And the Inquisitor thinks Solas can be saved. And I want to try. But I just want to talk. As equals. I wonder if he's even capable. Solas was always distant. Guess it's hard to react when a magic rock's talking at you. Anyway, thanks for checking on me. I'll be all right.
I know. You're Lace Harding, child of Titans. You can handle anything.
Oh, shut up.
So through all the memories we learned about the Dwarven past and their ancestors, the Titans, and obviously now with the conflict with the Elven gods, things have been revealed. So Harding's obviously having issues with that. So we'll go in here and talk to Tosh, and then we do have a new quest available here when we head inside. But there's something else that I believe is also unlocked here. But let's go talk to Tosh first.
Hey, am I interrupting?
Done in a sec. Morning ritual. The Darsam.
Those are the ropes people who follow the Qun wear.
We bind ourselves to remember who we are. Tie down the stuff that's too dangerous to leave loose. My mother made me do it every morning before breakfast. I had big fingers. Used to take me forever.
Evitash, Shocker Toebra. Only a beast is confounded by knots.
A girl masters herself and the Darsa.
Looks like you got him under control eventually.
Yeah.
Rook, Tosh, glad I caught you both. The Grey Wardens found a cave that one of the blighted dragons uses as its lair.
Where?
In the Husberg wetlands. There's no sign of the dragon itself, though.
I should check it out. We need to know how different the blighted dragons really are. They might turn into something like Gillenane's archdemon did. If there's a clue, I have to be ready.
Okay, so we've gotten some insight into where we're going to be going in the future, and that's going to open up another side quest from her. Now there's down here. Okay, so here you get a message from Evka saying that they're holding against the Blight as much as they can. And that's going to start a cabin in the Blight. This is another side quest inside the Husberg wetlands.
A helper awaits, dweller, on the library balcony.
Okay, so we're gonna head in here. Okay, and now you can see that this pedestal is waiting for a wisp.
Can't do this without a wisp.
Conveniently, there's one right here. And we're going to be able to pick up a few things here. The first is the chest. And this is going to give us an upgrade to cold steel. We're not using that right now. We're going to pick up the key and drop it here, and that's going to activate this beam. Alright. Now, if you look around, there are 3 receptors. There's one there, there's one there, and there's another one over here. Once you activate them, a wisp is going to come out, and it's going to head down toward that center area where we came from. Okay, and then one more.
That did
and then
it.
the beam's going to shut off.
Another library door.
And the caretaker says that another library door has opened. So if we head back out here, now if we head straight across, you can see this door is lit up. And this takes us to the final room that can be unlocked here inside the lighthouse. So we do have a codex entry, some various materials. And a chest. And this is going to be an upgrade for Focal Blade, or actually the first time we find Focal Blade. And then there is a balcony out here, which gives you an overlook around the entire lighthouse here. And you can see where we are. We are directly above the caretaker's workshop down there. The highest point that you're going to be able to get to here in the lighthouse. So it is pretty cool to look at. But now that we've finished off all of those, let's head back down and we're going to start our conversations. With Davrin and Lucanus. So let's go talk to Davrin.
Davrin? Davrin, about Weishaupt. Just wanted to make sure you're okay after,
I wouldn't say that, no. That's Renaud. Malmont. Anya. We used to argue. Who would be the one to take an archdemon down? Who'd die so that others could live? Not sure any of us believed it'd actually happen.
When the moment came, you did the Wardens proud.
Did I? Because I'm still here. They're not.
Personally, I'm glad you're here. We still need you.
And I need this to make sense.
You're overthinking it.
Am I? A Grey Warden kills an archdemon, they die. That's how it works.
Who knows what happened? Maybe the gods changed things and the old rules don't apply. Why is being alive a problem?
Because I didn't expect to be here. Grey Wardens have an expiration. It pushed me.
There's more fight to go.
And if we manage to pull that off?
You'll do what you do best. Hunt monsters.
Plenty of people can do that. I'm talking purpose. I feel like a blade sharpened all these years to confront the worst darkness in the world. And my blade struck true at Weishaupt. What now?
Well, you'll raise a song to create a world where the light outshines the darkness.
Yeah? Well, let me tell you. That will require a lot more gingerwort truffles.
That's more like it. Good to have you back.
Somebody has to feed his feathery butt.
You live to serve, my friend.
Guess we're stuck with each other, boy. No getting rid of me now. Someday I might actually know what that means.
While you sort that out, maybe you and Lucanus can try to bury the hatchet?
Yeah,
He had a rough time of it too.
I know. That was an incredible shot he took at Gillenane.
Then tell him that. Because fighting each other won't help us defeat the gods.
But we've got help. The Wardens, Shadow Dragons, Crows, Veil Jumpers, we're all in this together.
We are. But they've all got their own problems. If we want their help, we have to help them first.
Is that a plan I hear forming?
I think it could be. Thanks, Davrin.
Yeah, the purpose of the Grey Wardens has been set in stone for hundreds of years, and it's hard to find out that that purpose is now a little different. So struggling with your purpose in the world is something that Davrin's going to be dealing with.
Lucanus, are you in here brooding?
I'm fine.
That's not a no.
I had her. She should have never gotten away from me. This was our contract, Rook. I don't fail my contracts.
Just think how much more satisfying it'll be when you do take her down.
We cannot count on a second shot. I thought I still had this. Even with Treviso's suffering, I thought I could still focus on what mattered. I need to work.
You might need sleep more than work at this point.
You might be right.
It's not over. Just take care of yourself for now, okay?
I was distracted. That cannot happen again. I need to get my head on straight.
Whatever you need to do.
Have you been to talk to the others? Davrin, especially. I think everyone might have things to deal with now. It's been too long since I checked in with Viago. I should find out if things in Treviso are stable. If I need to return there, I'll let you know. I won't miss another chance to make things right.
So Lucanus had a shot at Gillenane, and it was a beautiful shot too. I love that cutscene. But he ended up just barely missing, and he's going to be struggling with that as well, just like Davrin is. With a miss in your purpose, it kind of shakes your worldview a little bit. So now let's do a couple of things. First, we do have a skill point, and again, we're working our way down this side. Takedown damage plus 15% is certainly going to be useful. Gaining quickened after defeating an enemy with a critical hit is going to be very useful for us as well later on. We're working our way down here to triple threat, so that we can modify our abilities to have one of each type and gain that ability damage. And then we're going to be working on getting Lightning Quiver and Explosive Trap, as those are the last two abilities that are out here available to us. And once we get that, we'll get a 15%, and Hurricane of Blades. We'll get a 15% increase in our ability damage because of it. So our companions just got some gear here, it looks like. I think that one's wrong. Oh yeah, Balara doesn't have anything. Davrin does. So I don't think there's anything that we need to change over here. We want the vulnerability to fire damage. And we're fine with winged walls because of the stagger effect. Let's get his points. So we had decided to go down the death from above side. We're actually going to change that and head down the from the positive reinforcement side to gain rally party instead. That's going to be one more advantage that we're going to get from detonating weakened. And we're going to see here fairly quickly that the number of advantages we have is going to increase our damage. And that damage stacking is going to be pretty significant. So with Hardying, we need to work our way down the Adrenaline Rush side. So enhanced damage effectiveness and duration plus 20%. We're going to be stacking duration as well. And then for Lucanus, we're doing the same thing. So we want to take the opposite sides of what we do with Harding, with one exception. The gain 50 momentum is, if we have both of them apply this, we're going to gain 100 momentum back, which is crucial compared to gaining 20% ultimate. It's keeping the ability spam going that we need. So having this available on both of them is fine. But for what we're going to do here, we're going to have Lucanus focus on deflect, and Harding is going to focus on precision. That's, again, two more advantages that we're going to get out of it that we want to keep. So Abominate, knocking down enemies is nice, but we're not going to focus on that as much as we are the application of Sundered. And we're going to move down here just into critical damage for now. For us, really, it just looks like there's some items out here. We're going to probably be making a change here pretty quickly. Off of Weishaupt's Whale. But we're going to see that a little more here in a bit. And that's because we're going to be able to gain precision here on a perfect dodge from Cutthroat Sword, or gaining immovable on Proving Steel. And when we have immovable, that's again another advantage that we're going to have available to us. So Advantage stacking is going to be something we're going to be focusing on here as we go through this. Hey Dave, welcome. Thanks for being here. Good to see you again. So for the rapiers here, nothing really that's going to outdo what we're doing or dealing with right now. The Antivan Parade Helm is going to be swapped out here fairly quickly as we move through this. But for now, it's what we want to keep. The necrotic weapon duration and necrotic weapon damage is really big since we get that right off the bat. The duelist coat is also going to be swapped out here pretty quickly for the garb of kinship. And this is what I mean right here, in that we're going to have 25% advantage duration across the board. We're going to lose 4 maximum arrows. And that means that we're going to lose 16% damage because of our maximum arrow count dropping by 4. And it's 4% damage increase per arrow. But we're going to gain 10% damage for each active advantage. And that is what's going to be the big deal for us. The plus 25 advantage duration is also huge. And the plus 10% increased effectiveness for all advantages just ups all of the benefits we get better. So we're going to change this out now. And you'll kind of see how that plays out when we start advantage stacking here. For the belt, nothing that we really want to change off of. The only other thing to go off of this is whether we want to change to the reinforced binding. This is going to grant us immovable on potion use, but we can also, which is an advantage for us as well. 1060 healing. I'm just looking. Yeah, I'll probably wait until we well, actually I might as well get it now, and that will prioritize getting the reinforced binding. That 25% advantage duration means that we're going to have 50% duration on our advantages, which is just huge. So that should get us kind of back to where we need to be. But there are a couple of things that we need to do. We're going to go talk to Solas. We picked up the 2 companion quests here. We're going to pick up 2 new ones here in a little bit. And then we did pick up the cabin in the Blight. Now, the 2 gates here, we're going to wait until we're level 35 to go finish those off in the Hosberg wetlands. And we do need to find one more of Solas's memories. Now, we've done all of the quests for that. Wolf's Call, Lab Below, and Disrupt and Conquer were the 3 memories that you go into. And then the Gate of Faded Glories and Gate of Lost Ages are the other 2 that grant you the 5. And then when you met the Inquisitor, you got a 6th. So I'm thinking that I don't think you can leave the 3 memories without picking up the statue. I'm thinking maybe in one of the 2 gates, we either didn't go into it or we didn't complete it and grab the statue at the end, because those just open up new areas. So we may go look at those real quick as well and kind of see which one of those maybe we kind of skipped. I think it might be the Gate of Faded Glories, but we'll kind of take a look at them. So let's go talk to Solas real quick. Advance the main quest, and then we're going to go out and start dealing with some of these side quests and this last memory that we need. That last memory's over there. You can see it. That mural was not lit up. So we'll head over there here in a second. See if we can find that lost statue.
The fall of Weishaupt reverberated across the Fade, as did the fall of an archdemon. But unless I am mistaken, both Elganan and Gillenane yet stand.
We took down Gillenane's archdemon, but we weren't able to kill her.
And how are you doing?
Right now, I'm more concerned with how the team is doing.
I expect their morale is shaken after what happened.
They have what it takes to stop the gods. I just need to get them to believe it.
Indeed. They must know beyond any doubt that you believe in them. You cannot stand against Elganan and Gillenane with logic. Those motivated by greed or self-interest will change alliances, but those who serve you with passion and loyalty will follow wherever you lead, even to their deaths if necessary.
I knew I might have to make a call like that when Varric put me in charge.
A good leader never makes such a decision lightly. But when the time comes, it is better to be prepared. And perhaps it will not come to that. The stronger your team, the more chances you will have to avoid such a decision.
I'll keep that in mind. Do you have any suggestions on our next move against the gods?
If you oppose Elganan and Gillenane's minions, you will get your opportunity.
You think one of the Antam or Venatori commanders will help us find the gods?
Possibly. But more importantly, you will aggravate them. You rendered Gillenane mortal at Weishaupt. It is an embarrassment, an insult, neither she nor Elganan can ignore. If you continue to disrupt their plans, you will not need to track them down. They will come to you.
I'll be ready.
One final warning. You have survived a confrontation with Gillenane, which few still live to claim. But her power pales in comparison to Elganan's. If he takes the field himself, remember, in a fight such as ours, escaping to fight another day is a victory.
Okay, so now Lucanus has had some time, so let's go check in with him. And we will go back and talk to... Oops.
This is ominous.
Viago found something.
Something bad, I take it?
Venatori have been sighted among the relief effort in Treviso. Zara's minions, perhaps. But Ilario is certain Zara is in Byrantium, and that any Venatori are another distraction.
What do you think?
I think I need to visit Treviso and find out for myself.
You don't have to face Treviso or Zara by yourself, Lucanus. You can count on me.
I can? That's good to know.
All things considered, I'd say I owe you a favor. Let me help.
You don't need to do this, but it will make for a smoother operation. The one advantage of chaos in Treviso is informants get desperate. It took an obscene amount of money, but I have a solid lead. Zara is in the chantry there.
What's she doing in a chantry?
If she's there to pray, it won't save her from me. We only get one shot at this. We go when you're ready.
Okay, and that's going to open up a portion of the main storyline now, called Bloodbath. And it's actually a really cool one, just because Zara's a really cool enemy. So let's talk with Nev.
You seem at home here. Or is it a front? You know something I don't? So much for a straight answer.
Nev, you don't strike me as an animal person. Well, besides cats, maybe.
Oh, I'm not. Back home, you find a creature bigger than a cat, and it's probably half demonic. Damned if a third of the cats aren't either.
That's nothing like you, is it, Hassan? You might be fluff all the way through. It was a compliment.
Of all the nonsense we've run into, you're what's strange.
Hassan? Really?
There's been a god or two I didn't expect. But bad mages trying to make the world worse, that's not new. I had an uncle who went on about wardens and griffins. Loved the feathered things. They were always the heroes. If we're getting bedtime stories turned real, having griffins in the world again, it's not the one I'd have bet on.
Were you close with your uncle?
I didn't see him much, but yeah, we were. There aren't a lot of mages in my family, and in a city like Minrathous, it always matters. I learned quick who wanted to use me to step up the social ladder. My uncle wasn't one of them. He'd have talked your ear right off, Hassan.
You know, you're sweet with him.
Aren't I always?
I walked into that.
Sing your praises and you still want something? I'll find you a treat if you don't tell Davrin. Have we got a deal?
Hey, Hassan. Between you and me, I think I like her a lot. Yeah.
Listen up. If Davrin finds crumbs, Rook takes the fall.
Falling on it.
Okay, so let's take a look at our map here. So now Balara is the last one that we need to talk to.
Taking a walk?
Oh, Rook. Sorry, I mean, hello.
Everything okay?
I don't know. I don't think so. Yanarl is missing. And others, Strife told me.
What kind of missing?
They went back to where I met you. Where we found the archive. You know, just in case. It's been a week. No one's heard from them. And it's my fault.
It's not your fault, Balara.
Please, I need to blame someone, even if it's me.
Balara, they know what they're doing. It's not on you.
Isn't it? If I missed something, if that artifact turned back on, let's start looking where we met earlier, where the Veil Jumpers would have gone in. Might be another anomaly, or more demons. Well, let's just be ready.
Ready for what?
For anything.
Okay, so a rather ominous warning from Balara, but it is going to open up the Demon's Bargain. So you can kind of see what's happening here. And we now have the Elven Ruins that are available to us. And the Elven Ruins here are another one of those single-use type of things. You're there once and not again. So we'll be dealing with that eventually, but let's look and see if there's anything else. There's not. So let's see if we can quickly find this last statue. If we can't find it in 15 minutes or so, then we will forget about it for now, and I will go looking for it off stream. But for now, I think we're going to bring Davrin along and Emmerich as well. So now Davrin is popped up. So right when we fast travel somewhere, Davrin completes what he needs to do to talk to us. So we'll take care of that, and that will open up the second main story quest. We can read the missive here, but it's basically just talking about the fall of Weishaupt and a message from the Inquisitor. Nothing new yet.
Can't afford to ignore anything to do with the Blight. The Gloomhowler was working with darkspawn. I should help Davrin when he learns more about it. Something wrong?
Got a message. A place called the Cauldron was attacked.
That's some sort of Grey Warden tavern.
It's a secret Warden readout. No idea what goes on there.
Then why are you involved?
Because whatever attacked it sounds like the Gloomhowler.
How do you want to handle this?
By ending it. What's left of the Wardens are still licking their wounds. So we handle this alone. Just go to the Cauldron and get the Griffins back. You have to promise to behave, boy. Listen to every word I say, stay out of trouble, don't do anything dumb, and don't eat any.
I think we get the point. I thought you were trying to toughen him up.
Doesn't mean I want to see him get any scars doing it. I'm supposed to be the bodyguard. Keep that feathery butt safe.
He's up for this. Aren't you, Hassan?
I suppose.
Maybe that Turlum idea, that unity between Warden and Griffin, starts by having faith in each other.
Maybe. I suppose you were born for this sort of fight, boy. All talons and temper.
And a sharp tongue to remind you of it.
As long as he backs it up.
Okay, and that's going to open up the second main story quest, the Cauldron. So before we go, let's look and see if anybody else wants to talk to us. Seems to be a thing. And no, there's not. So let's head back to the crossroads. Take Davrin and Emmerich again. And we'll try it once again. Okay, so we're probably going to have a conversation down here at the tree.
The voices again.
Delayed. So much more could be accomplished from the Ventheneras. Solas raised that beacon in mockery of my own tower of learning. The disrespect.
Do not dwell upon it, Argamon. The lighthouse is but one wonder we shall reclaim.
It will be remade, and all traces of Amarell erased from its walls.
Okay, so traces of the past again, before Elgranon and Gillenane destroyed the lighthouse here. I can't remember if this is the way to Elvenon's Haven or not. I know the Converged City is all the way over on the right. We're looking to get into Elvenon's Haven, I believe. I don't think this is it. This is the Heights. So... yeah. This is the Converged City. Or no, this is the Converged City here. We need to get here. So let's fast travel here.
Emmerich, I think you've got to let Manfred learn some things on his own.
Such as?
You know, like any kid. Let him fall, scrape their knee.
That could dislodge his patella bone. Hinder
And
his
we're gonna head back
ambulation.
this way.
Or he might learn to walk and not fall.
Okay, so a little fight here.
That's a harsh thing to wish on a spirit who yearns.
They're gonna let us take them out.
Nice move, Rook.
Just standing there, then we'll give it to them. Oops. Okay, and that's going to get us. Oh, come on. Get back up here. And I'll let them fight that thing all day long.
I've set that one up.
Nice move.
Alright, so we'll get rid of this last one, hopefully with a headshot. Whoops, this is gonna hurt. Bad timing. I'm just gonna sit here and wait this out. There we go again. Alright, I dodged it.
Quickly. Ah, well done. Let's continue our discussion. That's a harsh thing to wish on a spirit who yearns
Okay, well, I'm
only to
pretty sure
experience
this
the
is the
world.
gate.
Falling down's a big part of the world.
Manfred's body is an intricate construction. There's no need to bruise it or him unnecessarily.
So it's here. Okay, so we already used it to unlock the gate, so oh no, it might be down here. It might be at this one. So we're gonna head west. Okay, another fight here real quick.
Firing at us!
Way to fight, bro.
Oh.
Watch the ranged attacks.
Well struck,
All right.
Rook.
So you can see all the advantages that we're stacking up down there on the bottom. That's 50% damage right now that we're gaining because of those stacked up advantages. Ouch. Okay, so yeah, this is...
Funny to think elves lived here once.
We have not been in here, so this is where our last memory is. And there's the statue right down there. Right there. So... we'll head over here.
It's another of those statuettes. The memory fragment. And it's just sitting there.
Oh. Alright, so we're about to take a hit, so we're going to get 1,000 cuts off, and we're going to combo up here as well. Oh, I blocked that. Oh, now I'm uninterruptible because of unstoppable.
Trap. That statue was a fake. But if the fade is mostly reflections of something else, the real one could be close.
And it is. We need to do a couple of things. These two statues here. Now I'm trying to remember. I don't think these two, oh, those two do have to face each other. Okay. Let's go look down here first. Down below us is a Amarell statue, and I think the way down's over here. Yep. Definitely want to get the Etheric Remnant. And this one we're going to see once we cross over. So there are two more statues here. You can see the other one over there. And we won't be able to get over there yet. We're going to come at it from the other direction from that side. Now there are two ways to get across there. That bridge there and this one over here. You can see there's a mortar that's shooting at us. That mortar is right there. There's also something that we can interact with right next to it, and that's what we're going to go do now.
Break through! The Antom are trying to put us off.
Then we're on the right track.
Okay, so a blooded Reaver this time. So let's get an overwhelm. Well, we're about to get hit. So we'll get 1,000 cuts out, and we'll get another combo here. Oh, I dodged that.
Ready again.
Hey, he's dead. Okay, and yeah, you can see all the advantages that we're stacking down there on the bottom left. Now this one gets turned, face that one, and that's going to form this bridge as well as that bridge over there. Pick up the Revenant. And one more here should get us 100 health. Okay, so let's just go finish exploring real quick, make sure there's nothing else. Then we can cross the bridge.
There. I'd say that's where we're headed.
Gonna unlock the fast travel, or the shortcut. And then head up, and you see we got another fight up here waiting for us.
Have at them!
Okay, here's the wolf statue.
That one, quickly!
That'll get me necrotic weapons. Come on. I know I blocked that. Oh, come on.
Way to get it done.
Alright, so we picked up the wolf statue there and got a skill point, and here's our final statue, but let's pick up the chest here first. An upgrade for the Trevisan Poignard.
You can tell this statuette is the real thing, a memory fragment, and not just because it was very well guarded.
Okay, so let's look at our skills, because we picked up another one, and we will be getting explosive daggers, but we're going to start heading down here toward triple threat. And now let's head back to the lighthouse so that we can deal with this last memory and open up the second part of the Regrets of the Lost Wolf quest.
Hey, Tosh. How are you doing? I know you were unhappy after.
I knew that you would find me soon enough. You need the power of a god. The strength that I alone still carry.
The blighted Evanuris will soon break free from their prison. I must make a stronger one that can contain them.
While the prison is important, it is not the only goal you seek.
Why should I not tear down the veil and bring back immortality to all the elven people? They deserve it.
The elven people of today do not deserve to see the world they love be torn apart to salve your conscience.
I must fix what I have broken. I am sorry.
As am I, old friend.
Solas killed Mythal? After all that? Is this another memory from a different time?
No. He wore that same outfit in the Inquisition. We knew Solas woke up in this world without most of his power. Now we know how he got it back.
By killing the only other god around and stealing her power.
All that epic magic and godly power. In the end, it comes down to love and murder. Same as always.
Every big mistake Solas made is tied to Mythal. He sacrificed his life as a spirit to join her.
He sacrificed his morals when he created the dagger to stop the Titans.
When the other gods struck her down, he destroyed the Elven Empire to avenge her.
Then he wakes up in this world, where everything's gone but his mistakes. And there she is, alive.
And after all he's done, she sides against him again.
All these mistakes are his fault. And hers too. If she won't help him fix the world, of course he has to kill her.
So, how does everything we know help us now?
He's being honest about fighting the Blight. Whatever happens, he won't risk letting it back out into the world.
Agreed. But he has a plan to escape that prison, and not one we'll like.
He turned on Mythal, the one person he was actually loyal to. There's no way he won't turn on us.
He's a spirit, or was once. He might be able to possess someone, affect minds, all the things spirits do.
He created the veil. His very nature is tied to it. That will be a source of strength, but also a potential weakness.
Mythal has him all messed up. Anything about her or Elgernon is gonna make him angry. Sloppy.
Solas thinks he knows what's best for everyone. Anything he does, he'll do while telling himself he's the hero.
Solas has caused a lot of damage, but he's not like Elganon, trying to wreck the world to rule it. He's trying to repair the damage he caused, and he knows he made mistakes. There might be hope for him.
You don't think he'll turn on us?
No, he's totally gonna turn on us. I mean, after that.
You have witnessed the Protector's tale, Dweller, almost to its end.
Almost? How can there be more?
When the mighty fall, their echoes cross the ages. An audience is warranted. Speak with your visitor. She awaits you in the crossroads.
Okay, so that was a big tie-in back to Dragon Age Inquisition, with Mythal and Solas regaining his power. We're going to stop here at the workshop real quick. We're going to rank this up to level 8. And we're going to check our enchantments because we have made some changes here. So the Garb of Kinship, we're going to change to 20% advantage duration. Gain back 250 health here. Okay, and then the last thing that we're going to do is it is time to take all of these and get them up to level 8. We should have pretty close to enough. We're going to be short on a couple of the epic numbers here. But getting these up to level 8... So yeah, we're going to be short on some of these. Okay. And now we're ready to head back out. Let's see if anybody wants to talk to us. Doesn't look like it. So now let's look at our journal. And you can see we've got a couple of new story quests. This is the one for Lucanus. This is the one for Lucanus. This is the one for Davrin. But we do have some companion quests. And we also have some stuff on the Hossberg wetlands. We want to be level 35 before we go deal with the 2 gates here, I think. But the regrets of the Dreadwolf, we want to go meet Morrigan in the crossroads here. Because this is also going to be a very big and unexpected tie-in.
Now you see, Dweller, the gods hunger to reclaim this place. Their minions scavenge what the wolf left behind. They turn his regrets to weapons and blight all they touch. If the Revenuers take the crossroads, darkness will fall.
Spell it out for me. Exactly what happens if the gods reclaim the crossroads?
The Fade flows through these ancient ways. Spirits and demons, dreams and magic. Now, imagine all blighted.
Like I needed another reason to stop them. You believe the gods could blight the whole crossroads, don't you?
You bring hope. A Revenant is destroyed, others remain. Fight on, Dweller. The Blight must wither.
And that's a good reminder that we did take out a Revenant, and we're going to have 2 more that we need to take out to access the gate up there. And we're going to be doing those at about level 35 as well.
Well met, Rook.
How did you get here?
I did tell you I had my ways through Illuvians when I introduced you to the Inquisitor, did I not?
The Illuvians in general, yes, but not the Dreadwolf's crossroads.
I would think you have more pressing questions at the moment. Questions about Solas and Mythal?
Mythal?
The 2 gods have always been linked, have they not? First, when Mythal bade her companion spirit to abandon the Fade and take on mortal form. Then, when Solas spilled Mythal's mortal blood, that he might absorb her power as his own.
Wait. How do you know exactly what we saw of Solas's past?
Think upon it, Rook. You saw for yourself in the Dreadwolf's memories. When Mythal stood against the gods' manipulations of the Blight, she was betrayed and struck down. Yet she survived and returned ages later to aid the Inquisition in its hour of need. How?
So, if Mythal was originally a spirit, maybe that's how she survived her body's death.
Very good. Mythal was a spirit turned elven. And when her body was struck down, to spirit, she returned. Her essence sheltered in a willing mortal vessel. Over the centuries, she journeyed from host to host, slowly amassing her former power anew. Until once again, she was struck down, on this occasion, by Solas. He absorbed her power, but not her memories.
Then where did they... Wait. You?
As you say.
Whoa. For those of us who played the previous games, this is a huge deal. We always knew Morrigan was powerful, and seeing her being brought back in this game was amazing for all of us. But now knowing that Morrigan has accepted Mythal's spirit into her body tells us a lot about how Morrigan came to be and her history that we dealt with specifically in the previous 2 Dragon Age games. So this is an amazing change in the lore that ties everything back to those 2 previous games.
If your Mythal returned in Morrigan, we need your help with fighting the gods.
And here I am, as you may notice. But there is something I must make clear.
What? That was like how Elganon and Gillenane can talk in your head, but...
'Twas Mythal you heard, her echoes. Yet I am not the goddess returned.
What are you then?
I once feared Mythal would consume me were I to carry her, but 'twas not so. I remain free-willed and mortal. What I now possess is but a spark of Mythal, shadowed memories through which to sift for meaning. As to our admixture, I suspect you have questions.
You would have met Solas in the Inquisition, right?
I did indeed. 'Twas before I possessed Mythal's memories. At the time, I thought Solas a scowling elven apostate whose sole passion was finding arguments. He heard me, in all my ignorance, expound on the histories of the elven people, explaining legends he had witnessed himself.
Bet he loved that.
'Tis not a memory that brings me pride.
Do you have information we can use against Ghilanane or Elganon? Or Solas?
The last time Mythal faced Elganon and Ghilanane, she was struck down by the very dagger you now carry.
What about Solas?
You may recall he murdered Mythal's former host to claim her godly might as his own. I hoard no untapped magical secrets, Rook. What I do possess, I share freely with you and the Veil Jumpers.
All right. So, there's the soul of an elven god inside you. How does that even happen?
Mythal's last host was my mother, Flemeth.
Oh.
When I learned she intended me to become the next receptacle of an ancient god's soul, I feared naught would be left of my own. It inevitably came to pass on a deep night. I was awakened by the presence of a blaze of magic in the shape of a woman who both was and was not my mother.
I don't think I'd recover from that.
Neither did I, at the start. Mythal's memories were both gift and burden, this blazing woman told me, but I must accept them of my own accord. The decision was paralyzing. What would it mean to become such a host? What would be lost if I refused? In the end, 'twas something in my mother's voice which guided me.
What was that?
Regret. Not the regret of a god, but of a mother who knew she would never see me again. And so, my mind remains my own. What I gained was knowledge, both Mythal's and of those who bore her.
So again, another amazing conversation, and explains quite a bit about the motivations behind what was happening with Flemeth way back in the very first game. So yeah, an amazing set of tie-ins here.
How can you carry Mythal's soul if you're not an elf?
Her spark has sheltered within both elves and humans who were sympathetic to her in thought and circumstance. Mythal's last host was a woman wronged, trapped by those sworn to love her. We may readily imagine their kinship.
I guess someone as powerful as Mythal could bond with whoever she wanted.
Perhaps her death at the hands of the other elven gods forced her further from your people.
You didn't come out here just to tell me you're Mythal.
I am not Mythal in her entirety, but yes. The Dreadwolf has occasion to visit you in dreams, where he portions out advice. And now, after finding his memories, you have peered into his deepest sorrows. Tell me then, what do you make of Solas?
I should ask you. Mythal knew Solas better than anyone.
I would influence your answer. Or do you mean to discover if I would stand directly against the Dread Wolf, were there a need?
Would you?
I shall aid you in any way but that, even had I the power. What has passed between Solas and Mythal, I beg you, do not ask this of me again.
Every decision he made, Solas thought he could save people. Stop things from getting worse. Now his only way forward is a plan so terrible his last friends had to stop it.
An unfortunate belief that all paths are closed but those one has already taken.
There might have been a better choice.
'Tis not malice which made Solas your opponent, but conviction. A belief that only he may halt what he set in motion. Yet Solas was once beloved of Mythal, 'tis his very loyalty and love for his people that led to the tragedy we now face. You may be in a position to determine how it ends, more so than either of you might realize.
Maybe there's a way we all get what we want.
Do you truly believe such a thing?
Well, maybe at least what we deserve.
If you would shape the outcome of your battle, I've one last secret to share. When Mythal was struck down by the other gods, it was with her own lyrium dagger, the dagger you now carry. Solas recovered it from Elganon, and from it extracted a fragment of Mythal that had lain hidden within its depths. This fragment, a younger sister to the one I carry, if you will, resides here, in the crossroads. I can open the way for you. Find her, survive the encounter, and the essence you obtain will aid you in times to come.
Another fragment of Mythal? In addition to the one inside you?
You are aware of what the word fragment means, are you not? One small piece of many, formed when something greater is broken. The first elves were spirits, as you well know, and when a spirit is broken, it may shatter into pieces, each holding part of the original. Among the ancient elves who became known as gods, Dirthaman and his brother, Falondine, are but one example.
You make it sound like this piece of Mythal is going to attack me.
You know Solas, and have seen Elganon, and memories of Mythal. They are creatures of emotion, as all spirits are. The fragment of Mythal that resides in me lived among mortals for thousands of years. She has grown wiser and more patient. This younger sister has not. She is the essence of Mythal as a god. She is unlikely to listen to polite requests, and though she is but a fragment of the goddess, the battle will test you sorely.
If she's just going to attack us, why tell us about her at all? We have enough enemies already.
A fragment of a god's essence is a powerful thing. It may give you options against Elganon and Gillenane, or against the Dreadwolf himself, should he prove as cunning and treacherous as ever.
If I were to try to talk with her, do you have any suggestions?
She will demand respect, but detest flattery. She appreciates righteous anger, but will not tolerate pity. She is, for want of better phrasing, prickly. But if you are determined to try, then I wish you luck.
You would know this aspect of Mythal better than anyone. Could you try talking to her?
I dare say she would attack me on sight.
Spirits can't get along with fragments of each other.
Spirits, certainly. But the aspects of a self-righteous god who have walked different paths for ages? One bears the insult of her betrayal by the Evanuris, and then by Solas, as fresh wounds, insult upon injury. The other once fell in love with an Alamari chieftain and lived happily in a swamp for centuries. Each reminds the other that another path existed, that they could have been wrong, and nothing angers Mythal like being wrong.
What kind of spirit was Mythal before she became an elf? I know Solas is elven for pride.
Mythal enjoyed ruling and having power, but it came not from the overweening desire to crush resistance, as is the case with Elganon. The emotion that inspired her might best be described as benevolence, a guiding hand inclined to kindness. But like any spirit, when angered or twisted against her purpose, a more violent aspect arose. Where the Dreadwolf's wisdom gave way to pride when the world did not meet his standards, Mythal's benevolence gave way to retribution. After all, when kindness fails, the guilty must be punished.
Thank you for the information, Morrigan.
There is one more thing, if I may. Something whispered not by myself, but Methal. The elves have learned many of the glories and horrors of ancient Elvenan. Yet your people live in this world now as the old elves never could. Know it as they could not. There is your strength. 'Tis why you shall surpass what came before one day.
Did Methal see this? Is it a prediction?
A hope. From a mother to her distant children, no less beloved than any before them.
So a very, very interesting set of conversations for those of us who have played the previous game. And now we have find the fragment of Methal in the crossroads. And if we look at our thing here, it says recommended 5 to 40. We're going to just head in here a little bit.
A god's fragment, sharper than the whole. Prevail, or be sundered completely.
To
Getting
unlock
close to
the
where
fast
Morrigan said
travel
that other
here.
fragment of Methal was.
We can adventure through a little bit of this, but we do want to be careful while we're doing it. There is a unique chest up there at the end of this.
That has to be her.
Fragment of... Thal herself. We talking or fighting?
Guess we'll find out.
You are Rook. I have seen you and your companions. I never again expected to see my children in the Dread Wolf's crossroads. And you know who I am.
Methal.
The part of me that survived betrayal by the rest of the Evanuris, if this can be called surviving. Solas. He drew me from the dagger that struck me down, but what is left of me can only survive here. I cannot return to the world, and even the true Fade is denied me. All I can do is watch. Have you come to seek the blessing of your god? Or did you come to ask your god to sacrifice herself to help you defeat the monsters Elganon and Gillenane have become?
I came here to ask for your help. The gods have endangered the world, and...
You dare explain to me what they are doing? You are 1,000 years from knowing the proper words.
We saw Solas's memories, his regrets.
You saw the recollection he cultivated like a tree, twisting to catch the sun. You wish for my help? Convince me. Make your case, and I will yield my essence willingly to help you against Elganon and Gillenane. Fail, and I shall kill you for wasting my time, or you will kill me and obtain my essence in doing so. A harder-edged, simpler version. It has been centuries since a petitioner stood before me, so why should I help you?
You can't want Elganon and Gillenane to rule the world. Not after what they did to you.
I ruled alongside them for centuries. I bear them no love now, and they were ever flawed, as all rulers are. Yet they were better than the others who threatened your ancestors. Monsters like the Titans, or selfish fools like Anaris. Set the Blight aside, and tell me why I should help you topple your own gods.
What they did to you was wrong.
And you care so deeply for the injustice done to me thousands of years ago.
You deserve justice. And they deserve to be punished for misusing their power and killing you when you tried to check them.
Not bad, but not enough. Let us speak of something else.
Solas is helping me.
Solas is using you. Besides, why should I esteem the Dreadwolf's approbation? He rebelled against me.
But the two of you stayed close.
Until he killed the tattered fragment of me who hid inside the human swamp witch and wept. He keeps me here, yet has not visited since waking from his slumber. Tell me this. What should I have done when Solas turned against me after all we had been to one another?
Maybe you should have listened when he warned you about staying on as rulers after the war.
Are you saying I was wrong?
You asked me what you should have done. I can't prove my worth by lying to you. Solas didn't want to manifest a physical body or destroy the Titans. He did things he hated because he cared about you. Supporting you and Elganon becoming rulers was the one line he wouldn't cross. If someone who followed you everywhere refused to follow you there, what does that say?
If you wish to prove your worth, you must do better than that.
If I don't stop the gods, the whole world will be corrupted by the Blight.
That is why you must succeed, so tell me why I must help you.
We know the truth about the Blight. We know it came from the imprisoned dreams of the Titans after you and Solas defeated them. And the Blight only happened because of what you did. You need to fix your mistake.
My mistake? I saved lives and ended a war, you petulant child. Your words are weak. Prove your worth or die.
Everyone get ready.
Her draconic form is quite formidable.
We have it. The essence of Mythal, the Protector.
I heard legends about her when I was growing up. Now?
It burns just being near it. But this is the power we need to finish this.
Strength requires knowledge. How shall we use it?
I think the moment is coming. When we can turn the tide, we'll know.
All right. I think we can make this work. You're keeping busy. Good to go. You need anything else, I'll be here.
Thanks, Holden. I'll see you around.
Hey, I'm Flynn, apprentice physician.
Everything all right?
I've been busy with patients, but I'm short on medical supplies. My mentor, Oscar, he should have some. He has a cabin outside the village. If you're out there, tell him you saw Flynn, and they could use his help.
We're not alone.
That cabin must be the physician's. The mentor. The Blight.
It's on the inside, too. We can still search it.
Look for medical supplies. There was a life here.
Yeah, it was.
May they rest in eternity.
Notebook. It describes a local plant, Broner's bloom. None here, but Oscar left to find more for his wife. If he left before the cabin was blighted, we might still find him out there. Broner's bloom. This was in the physician's book. It's been picked over.
Physician got here before us. Let's keep looking.
Look, over there.
Broner's bloom. Picked over like the last one.
It's incredible these have survived. What a hardy variety.
It's not enough you disturb my sleep. Now you interrupt my journey in the waking world.
That sounds like the trapped demon in the necropolis.
Is it greed that shapes you? I'll flay you alive before you find the treasure I prepared.
sounded exactly like the one trapped behind that sealed door in the necropolis.
Sure did.
A multi-localized sending. The malign spirit trapped in the vault can project facets of its reality into the outer world.
You ever clean your own dishes at the necropolis, Emmerich? Or is that a job for skeleton butlers?
I was an apprentice once.
And how about now?
Well, I... About that subject from before. Well, I am perfectly capable of scrubbing a pot.
That's good. You're on cleanup tonight.
Darkspawn.
Let's... finish.
There's a body.
Couldn't escape the darkspawn.
His bag. Bronus Bloom. This was the physician, Oscar.
We can get the supplies to Flynn. They can still help the village.
How the Blight devours. In the past, these wetlands must have cradled all sorts of life.
Evka and Antoine will fight to restore as much as they can. With Blight this bad, hard to say how that goes. The fight's not done yet.
Flynn, we have Bronus Bloom.
That will really help. Thank you. Oscar, the physician, was he, or his wife, Marta?
I'm sorry. They're gone. You're from here, right? You were Oscar's apprentice.
I knew him and Marta my whole life. I was at the end of my training. I'll make sure it's put to good use. With these plants, I can help the village, the wardens, whoever needs it.
I had to study anatomy and alchemy with the crows, though I wasn't looking to stop bleeding.
Oh, right. I'll stick with my own notes then. The wardens have a medic. Between the two of us, we'll get by. I want to help. I almost lost the chance.
What do you mean?
When the Blight surged through, I nearly died. Evka and Antoine found me, but I was blighted. Past healing. They let me take the Warden joining ritual. It saved my life, and gave me Warden abilities.
Does that mean you're a Grey Warden?
It should mean I have no choice. The joining ingredients are rare. If that first Warden had found me... Evka and Antoine said I'm welcome, but they're happy to see me continue as I am.
Well, first of all, I have no idea when OBS decided to mute my mic. So I don't know how long it's been without any commentary going on here. I'll go back and watch the VOD after. But I did not mute it. I've seen this a couple of times in my live stream now with OBS just randomly turning off the input to my mic, so I'm gonna have to go check that out. So I apologize if you haven't been hearing any commentary.
The joining ritual gives Wardens their abilities. What was it like? What's it like now?
I shouldn't go into the details. It wasn't fun, but I'm here. Even if I'm different now.
So Antoine and Evka giving you a choice?
It's against the Order's rules. Or it was. I don't know if they broke the rules or maybe something will change. What they did? But Evka said to stop thanking them.
I know there's a lot that goes with it, but I'm glad Evka and Antoine found you.
Me too. It's just a lot to get used to. You know, I can sense the Blight in my Warden patients. I can't reverse it, but I think it helps my treatments. I won't be killing darkspawn, but I'll fight the Blight my way. I'm still Lavendale's physician. Whatever else has changed, that hasn't.
I think what you're doing here, helping the injured, it's great.
Thanks, Rook. Just try not to need my help personally. Between us, the medicines I mix taste awful.
No promises.
And that will finish off Cabin of the Blight. Like I say, it's pretty straightforward, fairly easy to do. It'll get us a big chunk of XP though, and it's also going to increase the reinforced binding. And this is why I went through and changed to this, is because I knew this was going to give us the plus 25% advantage duration. So now we're able to stack the advantages and keep them going for longer with this belt. We lose some healing because of it, but the extra bonus is much better. So I guess one of the benefits of maybe not having me, or having my mic muted by OBS, was that maybe you didn't hear me whining about the dodge button not working very much during the dragon fight. But like I say, I'll go back and see how long it's been off. We do have another quest down here that we can take a look at.
Rook, I'm Greta. Good to have you here.
You look a bit worried.
We're not sure where some of our wardens are, Beckett and a few others. We're supposed to check in. We need to look out for each other more than ever. It's just, I know they took Weishaupt hard, and I hope they're okay.
And this is going to open up lives spared, and we'll go ahead and track this one. The thing we're going to do is check in with all the merchants here. There are upgrades here amongst the merchants that are in here. So grants deflect on potion use is nice, but we've already got the belt that we want. And start looking at the other things that they're selling, because you're going to start finding the tinctures and distillates around here, and these give you permanent boosts to damage, defense, and resistances when you pick them up. We're going to... There's an entire list on the wiki about where to find all of these for the bonuses. So keep that in mind, that they're going to be out here and able to be purchased. But there are several of the... Well, I think there's 25, if I'm not mistaken, of each one that you can purchase. And we'll be keeping an eye on these, and I'll be doing most of those collections off stream.
Take care.
No reason for you to watch me go around and try and find them all when there are guides out there to help you do it. Pick up some codexes, and we'll start looking around for these notes. And you find that some of the wardens were looking to take off and go fight the Blight themselves. Probably not a great thing by themselves, but...
Need a drink?
And here's your damage boost one, the Kirkwall Select. So this is the 3 that are out here in this section, or in this area.
I once felled a tree.
Couple of mementos we can pick up.
It nearly stopped my heart to see it. I made a headboard from that
And
tree.
then
The couple who bought it said they had
an increase for
strange
Harding's bow.
dreams.
And I think that's it here. Yeah, it is a place to buy Venadol's Tears if you need them.
I appreciate your business.
And inside here's some more notes. So about the wardens heading out to the Blight Grove.
You need something scraped together?
Looks
Just
like here
ask.
is mostly our appearances, which I don't really care about very much.
Got what you need?
Have you seen the well?
How is a well agent?
Wardens are more than a building.
But we were supposed to protect.
And here, they're heading out the Griffin Gate.
Some wardens were meeting at the Grove, but they didn't want anyone to know.
Now we're going to head out to the Grove. And we're going to get into a few fights out here. And this is actually a really fun one to do. So... overcharge the bow. That's going to get me necrotic weapons right off the bat. And you can see how fast we get ultimate back, because every kill gets us 5%. And every one of those kills is a weak point kill, which just keeps proccing necrotic weapons and enhanced damage for us. Hey, buddy. Take weapons back again. And yeah, you can see, look at all the advantages in the lower left. That's 60% damage. Now we're down to 50%.
I'm ready.
So yeah, this is what the advantage stacking does when you're wearing this armor.
I see we've company.
The tree.
A map and plans.
From the missing wardens.
He's gone. He was drawn to the tree.
The dying mind sometimes grasps for comfort.
If his calling was close, it might have looked beautiful to him.
We'll tell the wardens.
Okay, so now we're going to head to the village. And that's right over here, a new location. And this is going to carry us through the end of today's live stream.
I'm on it.
How about it, Davrin?
I am here.
And now you can see that we're going to have to be exploring this area and
Time to fight.
taking out blight boils as we go. Oh, come on now.
Darkspawn. Bring them down and we'll clear a path.
We're under fire!
Okay, so takedown is going to proc adrenaline, which is enhanced damage. And there are going to be some things that we want to search while we're moving around in here, while we're attempting to finish this quest. And part of that is going to entail us gaining the high ground.
And another Amarell altar.
But we'll also take an extra skill point here. This is going to turn straight away from us over there. We can't get up this way, we have to go around the other side. Whoops. Oh, I made it across. I forgot to jump there. Here's the statue. There's a memento over here. Let's add the skill point in, and we'll take the advantage duration plus 20%. So now we're at I think we're at now 65% advantage duration, based upon the perks that we've taken and the armor pieces that we're wearing. That just means that we keep them active more, and that means we keep more damage going for longer, and now triple threat. So this will now get us 25% ability bonus damage as we continue to work our way down here toward Lightning Quiver. Now I think we're probably going to stop here and continue Lightning Quiver through weak point damage to get to here. We don't necessarily need the resistances as much as we do the weak point damage here. So no skills, it's just items. Emmerich has skills. So we're moving down this. The cooldown negative is great. Okay, and this is just that item that we picked up. I don't think... Yeah, it's a big bonus damage, but the vulnerability, well, that is a big amount of bonus damage. Now, crafter's trappings are interesting. Whenever we detonate weakened with him, the enemy is going to remained weakened. And that means that their damage is reduced. Okay. But it also means that they cannot be detonated again after that. So against boss enemies, it might not be all that great, especially if you're trying to apply frozen with your detonations with Nev. But it is a very interesting piece of gear to have. And the plus 20% weakened effectiveness, now that it's been fully upgraded, means that they're doing 20% less damage to you, which can help you stay alive quite a bit. Tash has skill points. We are working our way down this line here. And the overwhelmed duration is what we, or the effectiveness is what we want, not duration. We tend to detonate it right off the bat. For me, nothing else that I really need here. We're still down to 195. We're going to get that up to, you'll see it when it goes up. It'll go back up to 301 or so, give or take. For a defense. Nope, that was a mistake. It's hard to tell where you can and can't jump by looking at it. You need to watch your mini-map. Because the ground looks the same for the most part all the way around. Okay, and we're going to head down to the other end before we break those two boils here. As we are going to get into a fight here.
You have a feather pillow in
I do love advantage stacking.
I found feathers clogging my alembic this morning.
You have a feather pillow in your room? Mine's just straw.
Don't deflect. You know it was a son. He's unruly, messy.
He's still just a kid.
One who'll grow into an unruly, messy adult. How much damage?
Hey, and that's gonna give us a new trinket for Davrin. And this is really what you want to get. The plus revival charges here. We don't use taunt with him at all, so that trinket was just equipped because it was the only one that we had. But now we gain a revival charge.
A darkspawn killer. I'm not raising a butler to serve me tea, Emmerich.
No.
We haven't had to use a revival charge, or haven't had the opportunity to use a revival charge yet. It would have been nice to have that when we went up against the dragon. Yeah, we can go do this. This is going to open up a wisp. And the wisp is going to drop there and bring up a ladder. There's a memento here. And a chest for the pursuance implements. And we looked at this. So we're now gaining 50 momentum when you use a potion. We're not changing over to that yet. We're still going to be upgrading the garb of kinsmanship or kinship. Because once we get into these two, then it really becomes a big bonus for us. But yeah, right now potions don't do a whole lot to heal us, not like they used to. So they're slowly becoming less and less useful other than to gain advantages rather than gain health. Now we're going to get into another fight out here.
I think this is where those wardens were attacked. The cauldron.
Let's have a look.
And there's Davrin's quest there, the cauldron. We're not going to go in there yet.
A lost ship. Do you think the Blight dredged it up? What?
Okay, the Warden Shell. We like the overwhelmed enemies. So we want to keep that extra damage versus them. That increases our ability damage. The 25 stagger is meh. However, when you become staggered, you heal for 2%. You'll kind of see how that plays in actually much later in our build. But something to keep in the back of your head, that it's there. Okay, we're not going to go up there yet. We're going to continue out here. And just open this up. We can't go this way yet. But you see there's another chest up there. That's the way that you will end up once you go through there. And we're just opening up the map right now. Like I said, we're not going into the cauldron yet. Okay, we're just doing some exploration. Okay, now we'll go back and we'll finish off this quest. This area over here will come at a different way. Breaking those barrels gets you a lot of heartwood. Just like breaking the glass vases gets you crystal fragments.
The lighthouse has been wonderful for Manfred. He's progressing so quickly these days.
Maybe. But can he fly like a Hassan?
He can open a door.
Hassan can track and kill darkspawn.
I'd rather.
And the last one's down here. You just have to get an angle on it.
Hassan can eat those flowers. He can also dive underwater and catch fish.
Can shoot it from down here.
Can be quiet and well
Just have to kind of aim
Yeah,
off to the upper
well,
left and let auto aim
Hassan,
take you down to it.
you're raising a twin, Emma.
Well, I might say the same.
Should be easier to travel through here. That will help the wardens.
And now we find what happened to the wardens.
Are you all right?
We wanted to prove we could stop the darkspawn, that we deserved to be here. There had to be a reason we survived when so many others are wiped out. I'm not as bad as I look. I can get myself back to Lavendel. Thank you. I just need a moment to say goodbye.
Okay, and that's going to finish up Lives Spared. And upgrade the Recruit Simple Tunic. So this unlocks the 20% damage with charged heavy attacks. We don't do that very often. And that gets us to level 35. So now, while we're here... Okay, so we're going to... Looks like the only two we don't have affliction damage and bow damage, so we definitely want affliction damage. We're going to move in and take explosive trap. And explosive daggers. We'll be using explosive daggers. We'll kind of change over to that a little bit. Okay, and now that we're level 35, we're going to go back and do a couple of these gate demons. And we're going to start with this one here. Now that we have full momentum and we have our ultimate.
The cauldron.
Let's have a look.
Okay, and now we're going to go after this demon here. Before I do that, how about I drop a save?
Get ready.
At the ready!
Better get this where it's needed.
That's been sorted. It's an interesting line of...
Davrin, I think this is where those wardens were attacked. The cauldron.
Let's have a look.
Fantastic, Rook!
Here they come.
with you.
This'll open the way.
Onward, dweller.
We've company.
It's an interesting line of work you're in,
Exploring the Blades hardly work. I could spend several lifetimes researching its mysteries.
But that's just it. It's too much.
I don't follow.
Mages never do.
intact?
Trouble ahead.
That's him! Nicely done.
Intrusion.
What's wrong? Is it the undead we've been fighting?
Corruption seeps in, Dweller. It overflows here. Staunch it.
There's a fight ahead.
Keep that up.
Another of those blighted fade tears.
Hopefully we can close it, just like before.
Did your gods give you that throne? Get up and fight! Here it comes.
Good job.
children or...
This one can heal itself too.
That means it's weakening the Fade Tear. Stay on it!
Ready and waiting!
That should weaken it.
Set that one up! I'm ready!
A wellspring drained.
There! It's healing again, and the tear's getting weaker.
Ready again.
In darkness long lamenting.
They attack from afar! That one's all set!
Page tear.
And again, OBS decided to mute my mic. I don't know what's going on with it, but I'm getting pretty sick of it.
These revenants aren't just undead. There's something.
So again, don't know how long that was.
The caretaker said something about
that was out, but yeah, the Revenants. That was the second of the 3 Revenants. And we unlocked a new unique over here. And this is Andraste's Will. Now, Andraste's Will is your burning ring. So plus 50% burning duration is huge if you're working on a burning build. And there are a couple of them, especially for your heavy weapon attack fighter types. The +1 maximum burning stacks is nice, but there's a way to get a lot more than just that one. However, it's the all afflictions that you apply are applied as burning instead that really makes Andraste's Will unique. And for that burning build, it's a way to really stack up max burning stacks on an enemy very, very quickly. Because of the way that you can get different afflictions that all just then turn into burning. So, but that gives us another good point to be. So we're going to drop into this section here. And we are going to not go into this. We're going to unlock the gate. But not go into this. You see what's sitting there waiting in front of us is another Revenant to deal with here. So we're going to drop a new save. And that will be a great place for us to end the episode today. So, as always, sorry for all of, well, as always, thank you all for the support. Without your support, none of this would be possible. I do apologize for the microphone issues. That is not me muting my mic. I'll find out why OBS is doing it and see if I can find a way to correct that. So I apologize for that. That's not the most entertaining gameplay when you're just watching me run around and get into fights without any commentary for it. So I do apologize. I'll try and get that worked out. But as always, thank you for your support. And this is Commander Jorval saying until next time, fare thee well.